2. Trick or treat and happy Halloween to all as we welcome you inside Studio 6 for a special basketball edition of Inside the Inferno. I'm Kobe Bronstein alongside Ashton Sharon. And Ashton, let's go. I'm amped. It's Halloween, just a few days away from college basketball.
Yeah, you know, Kobe, I am excited to be anchoring the show with you. And you're right, hoops is right around the corner, and both sides have some revamped rosters.
To carve open the show, let's take a look back at some of the most memorable moments on the hardwood over the last decade. And our Tanner Buck is in studio with a fresh edition of his signature segment, the Sun Devil 6.
Thank you, Kobe. It's my pleasure to present this historical edition of the Sun Devil 6 with some haunting highlights. Soaring in at number 6 is the spooky slam of a poster by Frankie Collins, who jams this dunk over a TCU defender in the second half of Sparky's appearance in the first round of the NCAA tournament in 2023. Hovering in at number 5 is Trey Holder's 29-point performance, helping the Sun Devils knock off number 2 ranked Kansas, starting the season at a scary 9-0 start in 2017. Setting the tone with authority at number 4, not once but twice, is Jalen Graham's poster, giving a defender his Kodak moment in double overtime, later hitting the clutch floater in triple overtime, helping Sparky cook up a terrifying upset over number 3 UCLA in 2022. Resurrecting at number 3 is Riley Richardson as she buries the three-pointer in the final seconds of triple overtime against USC, putting the game in the grave, granting legendary coach Charlie Turner-Thorne her 500th win of her career in 2020. Early creeping in at number 2 is Remy Martin's driving pull-up jumper, giving the Sun Devils the go-ahead bucket with a minute left. The eventual game-winning shot handed number 1 ranked Kansas its first loss of the season in 2018. Sneaking in at number 1 is the game-winning half-court buzzer beater by Desburn Camridge Jr., delivering Sparky's jump scare with a season-saving, terrifying act in Tucson against rival number 7 ranked Arizona Wildcats in 2023. Guys, that is all for this Haunting Hoops edition of the Sun Devil 6, as I shoot it back to Kobe and Ashton back at the desk.
Thanks, Tanner. The basket was good. While both programs look to regenerate star talent, there is recent news around the program's home court. Our Tyler Wargo has the latest news surrounding Desert Financial Arena.
That's right, guys. Desert Financial Arena has been around for a long time, dating back to 1974 when it was an ASU activity center. And did you know that DFA went by the Wells Fargo Center until 2019? Since then, Desert Financial has been in need of a renovation as it sits in the heart of Tempe. Recently, DFA has embarked on a multi-year and multi-phase renovation which will cost around $100 million. This project should grant the new arena new loge boxes, club-level seating, and premium floor seats, new restrooms, upgraded concession stands, and of course, a new video board and court. The arena is of course in a desert, which means that there will be also new air conditioning units to keep the fans cool during game time. The construction is expected to begin in May of 2026 and looks to finish in the winter of 2029. There will be several phases which could take up to a year leading up to 2029, but until then, 14,000 seats remain with some lingering nostalgia as the Sun Devils look to kick off their season at DFA with games on Monday and Tuesday. Back to you all at the desk.
Since their hiring in March, there's been tremendous buzz around Coach Molly Miller, and many believe she could be the one to lead Sun Devil women's basketball back to prominence. And joining me live in studio is Isabella Perez. Isabella, great to be with you. In your words, how would you describe the presence Miller has brought to the program so far?
Kobe, Molly Miller is getting closer to her first game coaching the Sun Devils. After being the head coach at GCU for 5 seasons, Miller is adapting quickly to her new environment here in Tempe. From day one, she has embraced the maroon and gold, but it's not just all about basketball. Miller has already made strong connections with other coaches across Sun Devil athletics, describing those relationships as pillars to lean on. Take a listen.
I love our head coaches. They've been so welcoming. We have our own group text. Like, we're already planning to go to London together to the football game. And then, tonight volleyball plays. I mean, we're just all so supportive of one another because we truly care about each other. And at the end of the day, only coaches know what coaches go through. So they're so supportive, and they're a pillar to lean on sometimes with the highs and lows of sport that we all go through. But the Arizona State community has been phenomenal, but a special place in my heart resides for these head coaches.
Isabella, Miller is coming off a historic season at GCU, including a victory over Arizona State last season at Mortgage Matchup Center. In what ways will her dominant 2024 campaign with the Lopes help her navigate the challenges in year one with the Maroon and Gold?
It's clear to say Miller is familiar with winning. At GCU, she finished with an outstanding 117-38 record. In her final season, the Lopes finished with a 32-3 record, being crowned WAC tournament champions and made their first ever appearance in the NCAA tournament, falling short of number 4 ranked Baylor. Miller plans on bringing the same relentless energy and winning mindset that led to her success at GCU, aiming to build onto it with the Sun Devils from day one.
Now, with a complete staff overhaul this offseason and a new-look roster, how has Miller been working to build chemistry and establish a team-strong culture?
Miller mentioned that she does not view her staff as assistant coaches, but rather head coaches that assist. This staff consists of 7 other coaches, including ASU alumna Stephanie Norman, who coached at Louisville for 18 years, and coaches Jason Glover, Deja Bernard, and Ashley Lopez, who previously coached alongside Miller at GCU. Miller stated that the coaching staff spends countless hours a day together strategizing and aligning on the program's goals. And when disagreements arise, they compromise and find solutions that best help fit the Sun Devils to succeed. This coaching staff has clear intentions. They are hoping to build a competitive, high-energy, and winning program at Arizona State.
All right, Isabella. Molly Miller and company open their regular season at home on Monday, November 3rd against Coppin State. Thanks for joining us again in studio, providing more insight on Coach Miller's transition to Tempe.
And staying on the women's side, our Kai Janagabis previews 4 impact transfers in his latest edition of Kai's Corner.
Thank you, Ashton. Let's start with forward McKenna Brinks, who's originally made her way from UNLV after dropping 333 points and racking up 149 rebounds last season, where she started every single game for her former squad. Brickens was lights out last year and still has people telling ghost stories about her due to her scary presence on the court. Another major transfer for ASU is guard Gabby Elliott, who joins her 4th team in her NCAA career. She originally started with Clemson, where Elliott was named to the 2020-2021 ACC All-American team and averaged 12.6 points per game. She then transferred to Michigan State University, in which she started only 15 games before suffering a season-ending injury. In 2024, she hit the transfer portal again and landed at Penn State. Elliott also averaged 13.6 points per game and 4.6 rebounds per game. Now, she finds herself with the Sun Devils for this season as a 5th year. Another acquisition is guard Acacia Hayes, who spent her last 3 seasons with Western Kentucky University and has a career average of 12 points per game and an outstanding shooting percentage at 47% field goal percentage. Alongside her is LSU transfer guard Last Tier Poa, who has haunted the opposition at the free throw line after leading LSU the last 2 seasons in free throw percentage. She was a vital piece of LSU's upset against Iowa and Caitlin Clark 2 years ago, and Poa talked about what she brings as a 5th-year player.
I mean, just showing them discipline. It comes from that. Working every day, showing them, being here, the first one here, the last one to leave, doing your treatment. Treatment's really important. I tell everyone that. Just looking after your body as well and take, good care and just eating well, surround yourself around good people, make your circle small.
ASU sure has a bunch of ghouls on its team this year, and if Molly Miller can mix them well in her cauldron, they will be bound to succeed this season. Back to you, Kobe.
Thanks so much, Kai. And Brennan Bucher attended men's hoop season opening media availability yesterday. Let's hear what he, Coach Bobby Hurley, and guard Mo Odom had to say about the upcoming season.
Arizona State had media availability today here at Desert Financial Arena, and for the Sun Devils, a few key pointers that were noticed. First, international transfers.
I think the biggest adjustment is just pace of play. Just the American game is faster. So they're trying to get acclimated to that, and Noah in particular talked a lot about that. Like, the European game is a little more half-court oriented, and now all of a sudden Noah is playing against Texas A&M that's trying to play 1,000 miles an hour. So it's like that's where the adjustment is so that the game slows down for you enough. And they're starting, I think, pick up things better and get used to that in that regard.
Sutton didn't just see a change in the style of basketball. They saw a culture shift as well.
Yeah, I try to learn their language. It's hard, Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes if I can't get through them, I might tell Alan or somebody to tell them yo, what I said. Because sometimes they might just tell me, all right. I don't know if they saying all right. It's because they listen or they saying all right because they don't understand. So I just have Alan just break it down.
Second, they were playing a pass-first style of basketball. Mo Odom was a huge reason for this, and Mo spoke to the media, and Coach Hurley spoke highly about him.
I feel like I compliment them because I take care of some of their work that they don't have to do so much dribbling and so much creating tough shots or trying to take tough shots where I could just, get them in their right spots, hit them on spot-up shots, tell them cut 45 cut for easy layups. And I just want to get in transition with them, make their job easy. I just want everybody to score, have fun, because, everybody family is watching them play. You don't want to be the only one scoring out there doing good and everybody else just running cardio. So you want everybody else, family, to see them, shining on TV also.
I think Mo just he could play great in ball screen. He could escape bad places that he gets himself in. He's just got this unique ability off the dribble to just be shifty and draw the defense. And he could rifle a pass to a three-point shooter. He could throw a lob, and he could score it enough that you have to honor that as well. And then he plays to win.
The Sun Devils return to DFA on Tuesday, November 4th to take on Southern Utah. Until then, I'm Brennan Bucher in Tempe.
I'm now joined by our Inferno Intel basketball reporters, Adam Cunin and Brennan Bucher. Guys, thanks for joining me, and happy Halloween at the desk. Both of you guys were at Desert Financial Arena yesterday to watch the team practice. And who stood out to you in terms of the players on the court?
Well, Mo Odom is the name to know. Odom finished 4th in the nation in assists last year and transferred to ASU following a stint at Pepperdine. He posted 8+ assists in 20 games and logged 8 double-digit assist games. And this is absolutely a guy to watch out for, as Coach Bobby Hurley spoke highly of the ability to work the offense around Odom.
Yeah, Brendan, I agree. I also think Odom will definitely be a focal point on this offense, but they'll need some guys around him to produce and knock down shots. And I really find it interesting how Hurley went about building this roster. There are 5 guys on this team with experience playing professional ball overseas. And Hurley mentioned how it's been refreshing to see the intelligence level and polish with these players. Additionally, he also brought in experienced transfers like Mo Odom, who you mentioned, and even players from the NAIA level in guard Anthony Pig Johnson. So there's a unique blend of players on this roster, and I'm interested to see how it shakes out.
And Bobby Hurley and company coming off of subpar, back-to-back, under 500 seasons in terms of their overall record. So Brennan, again, I'll start with you. How do they right the ship this time around?
Well, I think it comes down to 2 major pieces for this ASU team. They need to play unselfish basketball and work things in the post. They went after pass-first guys and players who were coached to play for their team first. The Maroon and Gold also have 9 players 6'5" and above and 2 above 7 feet tall. If they can cash in on that style of offense, they have a real chance to surprise some people.
For me, it revolves around whether this team can find an identity, and I think having a guy like Mo Odom helps this because he's going to be an initiator of the offense for the majority of the time, but they have to figure out how they're going to play. Are they going to be a team that tries to win up-tempo, high-scoring games? Are they going to be a team that has a deep rotation and throws a lot of different guys at you to pressure you on the defensive end? Or are they going to be a team that plays through their bigs? Whatever it is, they need to find an identity early and buy into that. And it's interesting how Hurley mentioned that they are going to place an emphasis on feeding the ball into the low post this year. It's something that at times has felt absent with his teams.
And finally, guys, it was announced earlier this week that ASU was picked to finish last in the Big 12 preseason poll. So with that in mind, Brennan, what are reasonable expectations that we can set for ASU?
Well, I think yesterday Bobby Hurley said it best. There are plenty of unknowns on this team. They have 7 international players and almost no one returning from last year's squad. Hurley made it a point to say that these players didn't cause the rankings. Once they mesh together, this team could surprise some people later in the season. And I think they could heat up just in time for Big 12 play after getting used to being around each other and playing basketball together.
Look, it's year 11 for Bobby Hurley. He's in the final year of his contract. And I think there's a mutual understanding that this could be it for both parties. Hurley said it himself that he doesn't think the ceiling of this year's team is as high as it was last year, but with a substantial amount of experience on the roster, I think there's a possibility they could win a few games in conference play. We'll have to see how some of these international guys pan out, but overall, I don't think that poll is too far off in its evaluation of where ASU stands in relation to a very difficult Big 12.
All right, guys, thanks for joining me at the desk, and enjoy your Halloween. The Sun Devils are clear underdogs in the Big 12, but they're hoping to shock people, as you mentioned, Brennan, and we'll see how Bobby Hurley's team takes the court for the first time in a few days. And speaking of Bobby Hurley, the disappointment of the last 2 seasons has brought up questions about his job security. In his 10 seasons, the Sun Devils have never advanced past the round of 64 in the NCAA tournament. AJ Gonzalez takes a closer look at what Hurley's tenure has looked like.
It all began in 2015 when the ghosts of March Madness past spoke to Bobby Hurley to leave Buffalo and take the ASU coaching job to revive basketball in the Valley. In 2015 through 2017, the Sun Devils were finding their step, showing flashes of promise, but the monsters of bad play and turnovers lurked over the Desert Financial Arena parquet. But in the 2017-18 season, the Sun Devils were finally able to bring back great basketball to Tempe, finishing the year with a 20-12 record and along the way knocking off the number 4 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. This was followed by 2 March Madness appearances for Hurley's crew in 2018 and 2019. ASU fans rejoiced, thinking basketball was back and here to stay in the desert. But the magic spell that Hurley cast on Sun Devil basketball was about to blow up in smoke. They just didn't know it yet. Ultimately, the time of haunting for Hurley was 2020 through 2022, where a series of roster changes, injuries to impact players, and the COVID-19 pandemic left the Sun Devils trapped in the middle of a haunted house. In 2023, the Sun Devils had glimpses of making it back to sanity with some insanity at the buzzer to defeat the U of A in Tucson, which let them dance out of horror and into delight in March. However, the delight was dulled by TCU in the first round of March Madness. The Horned Frogs sank a floater late to send the Sun Devils home. This moment of magic was short-lived, as 2024 was nothing but a horror show, with the team falling to a 13-20 record and not nearly living up to fans' expectations. Now, in 2025, Bobby Hurley currently has 1 year left on his deal, and the Arizona State Sun Devils will look to escape the haunted maze at DFA this season. As the Devils' dreams of March fade into the dark desert night, Bobby Hurley will look to get it right in 2025. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, AJ. And Pepperdine transfer Mo Odom is Hurley's projected starting point guard and is stepping into a key role in a Power 4 conference. Ashton Sharon is at the monitor to break down the kind of impact he can have on the floor this season.
Thanks, Kobe. And Mo Odom, he's a guy we've talked about a little bit on this show, but how about we get into some of the film breakdown from the past 2 years? Right here at Pacific, we're going to watch Mo Odom. We're going to stop it right here. And this is one of my favorite things because he notices 2 defenders are going to close in on him. He's not going to have the space to drive inside. So what is he going to do? We'll play it. He's just going to shoot a signature mid-range jump shot right here, Mo Odom, right? We'll stop it here. Look at this. 2 defenders on him. He has it in his right hand. What is he going to do? He's going to flip it over to the left, go heavy inside. And right here, one of my favorite plays against Sam Houston. We'll pause it here. He realizes his defender is going to stay with him and the rolling defender is going to go with him. What is he going to do? He's going to pick out the pass down low. It's a beautiful feed. And right here, just creating space. Just a great clip against a really good team. Right here, he's going to get the steal. And this is fast break bucket opportunities. And this is what I really love, what Bobby Hurley really likes in his system. Right here, just a beautiful pass down low. Right here, we're going to stop it. Because look at this, again, he notices his teammate's defender is going to roll in on him. He has his defender behind. He realizes his teammate number 12 is going to be wide open. So what is he going to do? It's going to be a beautiful alley-oop. I mean, you don't get to see that much in college basketball. Right here, another fast break opportunity. And right here, being calm, cool, collected, a little bit of a Euro, kind of like James Harden back in the day when he was at Arizona State. We'll pause it right here. This is one of my favorite clips. Again, 2 defenders are going to be on him. He has a guy here. There's going to be a screen coming off ball, and we'll play it here. Let's watch what Mo Odom does. He realizes the defenders are going to crash towards the screen. He's going to drive in, makes a beautiful play. Right here, we'll see it. He's going to go, again, recognizing the defense down low. And Odom, calm, cool, collected, finds his guy underneath the basket for the slam. And let me tell you, Bobby Hurley likes his type of point guard, and Mo Odom fits the mold perfectly. There's a reason why in the presser yesterday, Bobby Hurley compared him to former ASU Sun Devil point guard Trey Holder.
Ashton, excellent job at the monitor. And with that, that's a wrap for this Sun Devil basketball edition of Inside the Inferno. Not to mention on Halloween, I am amped for the start of the college hoop season. And honestly, I feel like a kid in a candy store right now.
Certainly, Colby. We will see if Sun Devils hoops leave fans with a trick or treat this upcoming season. And if you want to keep up with everything Arizona State athletics, don't forget to follow us on X and Instagram at Inferno Intel, and check out our website at infernointel.com. For Kobe Braunstein and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Ashton Sharon, and thank you for tuning into Inside the Inferno.